Yeah, but that's one of the things also. I don't know. I'm just one of those like unlucky guys, like bad luck Brian. The moment I drop him, suddenly he's gonna have like a hat trick next week.
I mean, that's not true, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a Spurs game, lah. So
It's a stressful thing. It's a stressful thing when you support the club
and
then you have to pick your FPL players because they I want my team to win, and then but then you want the opponent to score against your team because he's gonna get you the most number of points as well.
Do you from the start of me playing FPL, I had an anti-Liverpool player policy. I've never had a Liverpool player in my team until this season, where I'm like, cannot lah. And then I brought Luis Diaz.
That's a smart move. That's a smart move.
I caved in and just brought
Luis. Because he got 2 goals on the weekend.
On top of that, I'm making Luis Diaz my captain because he got Wolf the next game. He's on a crazy scoring form.
We'll see. I might bite the bullet and make some transfers that will cost me some points, but we'll see.
Hello everyone and welcome to SG FanTalk, the show where regular guys talk about a not so regular game of football. That's right. We look a bit light today, almost like a news Astro maybe.
Yeah, news anchors.
That's because of our dear friend Terence D'Souza is hitting his baby at the moment. Good job, Father of the Year.
We've had some couple of shout outs. I guess we want to shout out also to Jeremy.
That's right. Jeremy
recovering from his ACL surgery. If you guys have been watching, Jeremy just finished his ACL surgery yesterday. Right. We want to shout out to him. Make sure he had speedy recovery. And then also Jerome, who's under the weather. Just want to shout out to him as well.
Yeah,
and I guess those.
I think we might see Jeremy in crutches on the show. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe we'll see.
Jeremy, if you're down, always welcome back, brother.
Yeah.
So the weekend, right? United. I always start with United.
So, are you a United fan by any?
No, I should not. Okay, everyone knows that. But anyway, we'll do our weekend roundup. Not every game, but clearly one game stood out. The one that is last year's top 2 teams, Arsenal and City.
Yeah.
Arsenal almost ran away with everything.
The victory,
until that Trossard red card.
Yeah,
Trossard red card, and then City got the goal. John Stones quite late in the game, 98 minutes. Yeah. How was that game for you?
I thought it was pretty cagey. I thought, to be honest, I felt Man City were playing very well.
That's right.
I think they moved the ball around really well. They were really pushing up into Arsenal's half and really kept them in there. Arsenal played very contained. They kind of just held the ball.
Yep.
And then a lot of long sprays to either Saka or Martinelli on the left.
Right.
They tried to use their pace to get down. But apart from that,
honestly,
dominance from City.
When I saw Haaland open the scoring,
I thought the floodgates going to open, right?
Yeah, but Arsenal, to be full credit to them, I mean, they've been looking at a good team the last couple of seasons, but full credit to them, they really held their own and then got the game back onto their side, 2 goals, right? I really felt if the red card wasn't given, a lot more different.
But the red card was fair though. It was the second yellow.
Yeah,
he kind of stopped the run of play by going into for a sliding tackle when City was on the attack.
But yeah, sure. I mean, again, I think, very sayang lah. Because I thought
last night I played in a league game as well. Exactly same thing was happening. The opponents were on the counter attack.
Yeah.
Our centre midfield went in there for a challenge. Second yellow card, red card. I mean, it is what it is.
Sure.
Mr. Terence D'Souza always likes to say what? The letter of the law.
We clearly missed him.
But the letter, exactly. But the letter of the law, it's a foul.
Yeah. No, okay. I mean, end of the day, it was still quite an entertaining game.
Definitely.
I felt like if it wasn't red card, Arsenal could have just taken it. First team to actually stop City this season, I think.
Yep. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So they're not. I mean, they're still unbeaten.
Yeah.
But this is their first draw.
And then Rory, ACL out for a long time. I think they're actually going to miss him.
Who's their backup for Rodri?
Well, they have Gundogan now. Oh no, they brought back Gundogan.
But then it's not Jorginho. What's the other guy's name? Kovacic, right?
Sort of Kovacic.
Because when he came off, Kovacic is the one that came on.
Yeah. But I mean, to me, I always believe that despite all the Savinhos, your Haalands, and everyone else, I always felt Rory was always, when I don't know, it was a stat like last season or the season before, when Rory doesn't play, the win percentage goes down. everything kind of he's kind of like the glue to the team lah.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
it's like the Busquets.
And then he was out a good part of last season, I think.
and they
And
struggle,
then-
right?
Yeah. So wow, you know what timing? And then the legal cases are coming out there. Oof,
115,
not a great
115
time
charges
to
against
defend,
them.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure what's going to happen there. Is it like going to be stripped of titles or
Yeah,
point deduction for sure?
I saw this post that if they were stripped of every title, who the actual winners would be. Or not actual, I guess that's wrong. But who,
Second order, yes.
we will get 2 more trophies, you know? Yeah.
Ooh, that would be amazing. I don't recall a league that has happened, right? They ended. Oh, Serie A maybe. Juve got.
Oh, yeah. That's point deduction as well. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that was clearly a lot of talking points in that game.
Yeah.
The other talking point obviously was.
Do you think that the scoreline was deserved? Like the 2-2 score? Do you think that's fair?
I felt Arsenal should have held on. With
so
11 men, yeah, Arsenal would have held on. Definitely.
but with 11 men, would they have committed more people forward then? Like thinking like, hey, we've got this game by the scruff, let's just,
Yeah, I mean,
stop it. Like end it right now. And then they just commit players forward and that's where mistakes happen as well, right?
I don't know.
We talk about man management, or not
Yeah.
man management, game management the last couple of games.
I think they were.
rather.
I mean, I felt like if 11 men, they were at the Etihad. The game, I'm not Arteta, but technically he might have played the game much differently to hold the result lah. Then again, the argument can be made: 10 men, you should actually be more defensive also lah, right? If you don't have like gone all out and then let in the extra goal, but because most Premier League teams can handle 10, playing 10 men, even the top teams, right?
Yeah.
So, but still, I don't know why I keep getting that feeling Arsenal should have won the game. But oh well.
But I think Arteta's pickpocketing lesson at the beginning of the season must have helped.
I get. Oh, I almost forgot about that, but yeah.
Yeah. That was an interesting concept
Yeah.
he brought into his team.
The other very impressive performance was actually Chelsea.
Yeah.
I mean, let's not forget last season did not look like, despite all the investments, did not look like it was going to work out. But this season, what a start. Nico Jackson 2 goals. I think we are both happy, man, because
Yes, because
fantasy we'll cover that later.
yeah, we'll cover
we have Nico
FPL
Jackson.
later, but Nico Jackson. So I remember Jerome saying that, the goals that Nico Jackson scored, and I think it was the 6-2 victory against Wolves, right?
Yes.
Yeah, 6-2 victory against Wolves. He did mention that the goals were very easy. Like they were just kind of tap ins.
Yep.
There were mistakes made by Wolves, and there was really a lot of pressure. And when I was thinking about my FPL, and again, this is for later, but I was just thinking like, well, is this guy someone worth bringing in or not? I think he's slowly starting to prove his point. I guess the manager is also giving him a bit more responsibility by allowing him to start.
Yep.
And even if you look across his last couple of games, he is consistently, and when consistently, I mean like maybe every 2 games, he's getting a brace or a couple of goals here and there, and that's pretty cool. I feel that's impressive.
I mean, I watched that game actually. West Ham were home.
I thought it would be a tough game. I didn't expect
London
to be
London derby also, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And they didn't turn up lah. To be honest, I watched
West
the
Ham?
game. Yeah, West Ham didn't turn up. I think they were trying to be very structured and disciplined, but I want to say West Ham didn't turn up, but I also don't want to discredit what Chelsea did lah. The all-round performance was great. They moved the ball quick. Jadon Sancho.
Okay.
Yeah.
So last week you were not here.
Yeah.
And I asked the guys how they felt or what they felt about the deadline transfer of Jadon Sancho coming in and then impacting.
Yeah.
And then Kwok said he watched that game. He said he watched that game and he felt that Jadon Sancho he came on second half, he was doing nutmegs, very impressive, taking on players and all that kind of stuff. Second game he's played, second assist he's gotten.
Yeah.
What do you make of this, and how do you understand what has happened from his time at Manchester United? And then again, when he went on loan to Borussia Dortmund, he did well. He played well there.
Yeah.
Coming back, showing some positive hope or signs or whatever, but eventually still not being held. I mean, obviously he's a good player.
Yeah.
Why couldn't Man U hold it on to him? First of all, like maybe he didn't fit the style of play. Second of all, he goes here and again in the EPL, he's proving he can do it. Whereas in the last 1.5 seasons at United, it seemed like he was a bad purchase.
I mean, the common theme is he's performing when he's not at United, I feel. And then it makes me feel, I mean, we've all played, right, in our lifetime. It feels like either the instruction, well, it could be like what you said, the style of play. But style of play, to me, it's a bit more granular in terms of like, what are the individual instructions to the players when they get the ball, off the ball. Seems like, for whatever reason, it does not bring out the best in Sancho's game. Whereas, like, perhaps now at Chelsea and even at Dortmund, which I think they're playing, I don't think they're similar, but I think they have a close brand of football that they're trying to play. Somehow it tries to be better. That being said, though, I've watched our performances in the Chelsea shirt. I wouldn't say they're like an 8, 9 or 10. He's looking more like a 6 to 7, which is a hell of a lot better than what he did in the United shirt, right? Some games he was not even there, right? So definitely a good start. And lest we forget, he just started at Chelsea. So will only get better, maybe, we don't know, arguable. But for me, I think at the end of the day, United just didn't seem to suit him. That's all. I mean, maybe Ten Hag's style of play. Yeah, Ten Hag's...
how long has he been? Was he at United? Like, he was under Ole as well, right?
Yeah, I think 2 seasons maybe now.
So he was under Ole as well.
Yeah.
So 2 different managers couldn't seem to get out of him what he is capable of.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. I just think that just not having the... So, I don't want to digress to the United game or United's performances, but I'm just going to bring that up since it's brought up. It seems to me that Ten Hag's ideal philosophy of football, which is a little bit more shared across the team, seems to... And now with the team this season looking more in the form of what he wants, you start seeing players like Bruno, I think, having a dip in form. The individualistic players are starting to suffer a bit. I don't know for what is the reason, but when a lot of it is shared, the responsibility, suddenly these guys wither away. And Sancho was an example. Bruno seems to be looking like an example of that. Because now this season, the 3rd season under Ten Hag, with the players, the system, I can see, although the results are not exactly there, but I can see the style of play he's trying to create. The individual guys are suffering a bit, I feel. We used to go through Bruno a lot. At Dortmund, a lot went through Sancho also and Haaland. At Chelsea, this is the time will tell. I don't think everything will go through Sancho, but it's very interesting to see how that unfolds with Sancho, in my opinion.
It's interesting that you bring that up, because I think a lot of people have questioned what Bruno's role is now. I've seen certain tweets and posts or whatever blaming Bruno for United's lack of points or just being wasteful with possession. I mean, he just signed a new contract.
Yes.
If he can't fit in, who do you think, first of all, is going to replace him in that role? And do you think manager like Erik Ten Hag can't see that Bruno is not fitting in? And do you think he would drop Bruno for any of the games coming up?
I mean, as a manager, it's going to be hard because at the end of the day, you have a high quality player in your team, right? And despite whether he fits or not, that will be...
I mean, he's proven himself.
Correct.
Ever since he came in.
Numbers don't lie, right? So he's delivered. It's just that...
Delivered goals, delivered assists.
Yeah. It's just that us watching United for quite a while now, and then obviously the last, 10 years, just seeing how the team is changing and morphing, suddenly looking sort of like a team. And then Bruno the last few years performing suddenly this season, looking like another new version of a team under Ten Hag with the more signings, the names he wants. I don't know.
So would you, I wouldn't say blame, blame is pretty
hard. Okay, I would say, and I know this might sound controversial, but I would say if Bruno's not around, actually Mason Mount is the type of player that Ten Hag appreciates in the type of football and team he wants. I feel more team player, more discipline, more hardworking across the board. I mean, not that Bruno's not hardworking
yes, his work rate is pretty high. No, but looking at the game over the weekend, United had a really impressive 0-0 draw, right? Would you say it was his fault per se or a collective fault?
Bruno?
Yeah. Is it the whole team's fault? Like, oh, our strikers didn't put away the chances, we hit the tiang, whatever, how many times, or oh, we were just unlucky, and you need a little bit of luck in football. Or if someone else was in that role, let's say for you just mentioning Mason Mount, if let's say Mason Mount was fit and Mason Mount was playing instead of Bruno, do you think the scoreline would have been different? Like seeing how he fits in the style of play, or Bruno just being a bit more selfish with the ball and thinking that he can pull all the strings in the game?
I'm quite torn because I think at the same time our expectations of him are very high. So looking at the Palace game, I felt like I just felt he was not disciplined with the ball. A lot of times at key critical moments, he tried something, which, we kind of did bring him in for that. But it felt like always wrong timing to try that. And then it was always against the break after that. In fact, I would say like essential chance creation, it felt like more going through like Ahmad Diallo and Garnacho.
Yeah.
In fact, Zirkzee also, right? So a lot of the key chance creations were actually from them. Bruno was trying, yes, but nothing really fruitful came out of it. Even like, I don't know, like maybe one chance he created that we missed, but other than that, I don't think it was very effective. That game was, I think we're going too much into the United game, but since we're there already, is the game was kind of, I won't say the 1 point was won, but our defense got us that point. Sad to say, despite the domination, right? The chances missed, I think on another day we have won that 3-0, but at the end of the day, in the Premier League, you don't drop points also away from home, right? So Palace is a tough game. We lost 4-0 last season.
That's what I was just about to say as well. I mean, we've definitely lost a lot of points to Palace over the last couple of years, and I wouldn't say
I'm pretty sure you came into the game optimistic after the League Cup.
Oh yeah, of course.
Win against Barcelona. I mean, Barnsley.
Yeah, it's Barnsley. Right? I saw those memes online, but yeah, so hopeful. Watching the midweek game. Was it the Carabao Cup? It was, right? Still watching the midweek game, seeing the Carabao Cup, looking at players like Rashford, kind of getting his stride back in, getting his confidence back. Yeah, very very unique choices. Again, by the manager, like the guy scored on the weekend in your 3-0 victory, 1 goal. And then he scored in the in the weekend, the 1-0 victory, right, 3-0.
Right.
So he scored that 1 goal. Then he scores 2 goals.
And assist, I think.
Yeah. And then you drop him for the game against Crystal Palace.
And it's a player who is severely in need of confidence, right?
Exactly.
Just when he's rising. I feel like his dilemma there was trying to choose between Ahmad, Garnacho, and I mean, it clearly was because those are 3 top wingers. Anthony enjoying his time on the bench, but
correct. I mean, these guys are being paid millions, and I'm not meaning the players, I mean the coaches. The coaches should have the ability to say, hey, Bruno is right now not on form. Let me drop him. Let me see if I can bring Zirkzee to drop a little bit deeper and play like a false 9, like Firmino kind of style, and then let Rashford be, our point target man or whatever it is, or the other way around, and then see how we can work with Garnacho, Zirkzee, Rashford, and Amala. I think we have squad depth enough.
This season,
Is Mason Mount hurt?
He's back on the bench, so he's back in.
Yeah, exactly. So if that's the case, then maybe start that guy. I don't know.
Yeah. But okay, we can talk until the cows come home. But Bruno is, I don't know for whatever reason, all the managers undroppable, right? There must be something.
I think every team. I think that's the unique thing. Every team has a player that maybe the managers just like or manages to rein in the players together that they will never drop for some weird reason. And I think that's the same for England as well. Looking back at the Euros, Gareth Southgate never wanted to drop Harry Kane despite having a lot of firepower on the bench with like Ollie Watkins and Ivan Toney and all these other guys. He never dropped Harry Kane
he did.
For any of the games, maybe because he's the favourite or trying to get his caps. I don't know what it is, but
I think the other game that was exciting over the weekend was actually Villa game. I happened to have just nice. I was at home, my couch watching, but Villa Wolves, that one looked like Villa were gonna let it go, and then just some stroke of brilliance in the last 9-8 minutes. Tielemans with that beautiful assist, and then somehow they got another goal just like in the injury time, and then they won 3-1. Somehow they just turned it around. Honestly, Wolves were pretty decent away from home, and then they just turned. It felt weird watching the game because it felt like Wolves were just the better team. Somehow Villa just turned on the last 10 minutes. Villa this season looking like continuing their
That's
a decent Champions League team form thing. And of course, our favorite topic, Everton.
No, wait. Aston Villa is still under. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah,
Okay.
Unai Emery.
That's right. Okay. Yes, go ahead to the next game. What is it we're talking about?
Everton.
Finally.
Finally. 1 point.
Yeah.
1 point for Everton. Actually, they look like they're gonna win. 1-0 almost towards like last third of the game. And then they got sucker punched by Mavididi. I think the fella came on and scored for Leicester. But at 1 point, I guess it's a start. They got
It's a start. It's their first point. They're still on the relegation route.
Yeah.
I think we talked about the last 2 weeks. We talked about game management.
Yeah.
Again, and it's so sad that Everton is coming in from commanding positions, right? I mean, they're coming in from 2-0 not victories, 2-0 leads. Now 1-0 lead.
Yeah.
All the leads just slip away. It's like if you're gonna bet, if you're a betting man, and you go to Singapore pools, you would bet against Everton anytime, and you're bound to win something.
Yeah.
Right?
That game, they were actually the possession they lost to Leicester but effectiveness in attack, they got a lot of shots on goal, on goal and attempts and they looked like they were quite clinical, looking like everything things look right.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, still got sucker punch at the end by Mavididi. I like this new name.
Yeah. We'll see. Who's Everton playing next? Do we know?
Everton have got, let's see. Everton have got Crystal Palace next.
Oh,
but they're home
Still gonna be tough.
Yeah. Palace I rate them They're decent.
Palace decent. They've got some good players in there. They've got
Glasner is
but
smart
Eze.
Eze. Ismail Sarr.
Yeah.
A few guys. Yeah.
Pretty decent squad. Yeah.
Which a nice time to talk about Fantasy League. Which is why we probably Tess and Jerome out of the show because I'm the new guru with 94 points.
One hit.
No, just kidding. I'm just kidding. But I got
JK.
I got by some stroke of luck, I don't know, maybe I was taking a dump and then I thought, hey, maybe I should get Nico Jackson as captain. And then lo and behold, 2 goals, 1 assist. Captain, 32 points, 94 points in total. That's a third of my team's points tally. I had a pretty good week. Liverpool, Alexander-Arnold, 11 points, and then United. Thank God for the clean sheet. That was one of the upsides.
You have Onana as your keeper?
I have Onana.
How many points did you get?
Advice from the guru.
How many points did you get?
9.
Oh, okay.
So Dalo 9, and then Emil Smith-Rowe is like one of the best signings I got. Getting points every week for me.
Yep. Don't jinx it.
Okay, yeah, I know. I'm trying to enjoy this while I still can.
Sure.
It's not gonna be like this every week.
Yeah.
But since we don't have the gurus around, okay, how do your team do first?
Definitely not as good as yours.
71 points is very good, above average.
I unfortunately have 20 points on the bench.
Oh my goodness, I just saw that.
I wasn't thinking very smartly, and I really felt that, especially because the Man U versus Barnsley game.
Oh, dude, but you got Quanta.
I had the Man U versus Barnsley game, right? And then Man U obviously took them to town.
Yeah.
And it was 7-0. So I expected at least a couple of goals from United coming in. So I wasn't going to put Henderson in as a goalkeeper, thinking that he's not going to keep a clean sheet.
Yeah.
So I kept my first choice keeper in Raya. And obviously thinking that the Man City and Arsenal game was going to be a bit more cagey, and with both teams not wanting to lose points, I thought it would be a very close game. And I expected actually a 0-0 draw, which is why I kept Raya in there, thinking that Raya would get more points than Henderson. But Raya only got 4 and Henderson got 9. And then I thought also Trent Alexander-Arnold was being questioned about his defending abilities, and Liverpool is not the most favorite team in the world. I didn't think Trent Alexander would do that well, so I kept him on the bench because I thought João Pedro was going to come in and score some goals. And not come in meaning not as
Pedro Porro, is it?
Yeah, João Pedro.
Your striker.
my striker.
Who is
So I-
captain
A bit, yeah, correct. So I was reading a lot of the news, and I probably got swayed by some of the news saying that he was going to come back in, he's going to play, and I thought it was going to be a comeback game. Brighton are strong. I knew they were going to win. And I thought he would be like bam, this is where I kick off my career, not career, but my start of the season by scoring like a couple of goals. I didn't think Nicholas Jackson would do that well, so I put him as my vice captain, and I put João Pedro as my captain. Unfortunately, that did not work for me. But I do have these players on board, so I'm hoping that in the next couple of weeks, things will start to look up for me. That we've now got a clear run with international breaks.
Yeah.
Consistency is going to start coming in. Yeah. Obviously, I'm going to bring back Trent Alexander-Arnold. I mean, what
are you changing for next game week?
I don't know.
Are you making transfers?
I might make a transfer. I'm still stuck on Bruno Fernandes. I might take him out of my team. We just talked about him.
Yeah.
I might take him out of my team and see if I can replace him. Saka also hasn't hit form for me. I mean, he's scored at the early part of the game, and then the good thing is Saka is he's the guy who gives free kicks. I mean, he takes the free kicks, he takes the penalties, and with Gabriel keeps scoring every weekend, and I think Arsenal now they have that confidence. They have that. We have a chance. We have a chance to take it to City.
And they have Leicester at home next week.
Yeah, so and they're going to try and I think Arsenal are pretty good at keeping clean sheets. They've got this momentum behind them going. They're really excited. I think picking, an Arsenal defender, Gabriel specifically, would not be a bad choice for anyone out there who is looking to do a free transfer or even a wild card. I know a couple of friends who've already done wild cards and benefited, hugely from it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think for my team, I'm looking to probably replace. I've got some money in the bank. I've made some money in the bank, so I'm probably gonna get rid of some of my bench players who are just non-existent anyway, because this guy's out on loan already. Barco. Yeah, he's really out on loan. He's just sitting there, so he's not gonna earn me anything.
Is out also.
Yeah, he's also out also. So I just need to replace either one of them, bide my time, and see who I'm gonna bring in.
What you said earlier, dropping Bruno, I already did yesterday.
Yeah, exactly.
I cannot already. I think no lah. This season's tough for him, I feel.
Yeah, but that's one of the things also. I don't know. I'm just one of those unlucky guys, like bad luck Brian. The moment I drop him, suddenly he's gonna have like a hat trick next week.
I think that's not true, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a Spurs game lah. So,
it's a stressful thing. Yeah. It's a stressful thing when you support the club,
and
then you have to pick your FPL players because they I want my team to win, and then but then you want the opponent to score against your team because he's gonna get you the most number of points as well.
Do you know from the start of me playing FPL, I had an anti-Liverpool player policy. I've never had a Liverpool player in my team until this season, where I'm like, cannot lah.
Because I have money in the bank, I was thinking of dropping Fernandes and putting Salah in there.
Oh, but Salah,
he's gonna pick up form soon. I mean, he didn't score over the weekend.
No, but cost, man,
because I have money in the bank. Because I have money in the bank. And Bruno is 8.5. Salah is I think 10.
Yeah.
So I have 1.8 in the bank. So.
Okay. For what it's worth, I dropped Bruno, as I mentioned earlier. I dropped Jota. I was hoping for something to happen with him, but he was on the bench last game and then actually didn't even play the whole game. And then I brought on Mbuemo.
Oh wow, he scored.
Brentford, yeah.
Yeah, he scored. Brentford
pretty decent price, and they got a good run on games.
Yeah.
And then
he scored against us in the first game, right?
Correct. Yeah. And then they got West Ham next, so I feel like Brentford decent. They're gonna get goals. And then I brought Luis Diaz.
That's a smart move. That's a smart move.
I caved in and just brought.
Especially because he got 2 goals on the weekend.
On top of that, I'm making Luis Diaz my captain because they got Wolves the next game. And he's on a crazy scoring form.
We'll see. I might bite the bullet and make some transfers that will cost me some points, but we'll see.
Okay.
Well, in case you guys don't know, we still have other people behind the cameras. Joe, do you play fantasy football? Are you playing this season?
Hey, we pull you in, right, this season.
You're playing this season? Okay, great. Wei Xiang, are you playing this season? You're not, but have you played before? You have? Just not this season? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll try and get more of our friends to start playing fantasy football, put them in our league. If you guys want to join our league, just go ahead and ask us. So I guess
we'll leave it in the description.
Yeah, we'll put the link in the description below, but you guys can join us in our league and just see how well our tips and predictions help you guys in your FPL journey. Yeah.
Speaking of predictions, this week we're doing something a little bit different. Because we have such a huge budget on SG FanTalk. We decided to take the show out
on the road.
Out the road, man.
Okay.
Found a really handsome talent.
Right.
Who was just at Crunchy Golf Course very recently.
Side hustle.
Yeah, he had a game. I'm not going to say who this guy is, but he had a golf game with some Spurs fans. And then I think the goal was to kind of get the United and Spurs prediction.
Oh, for this weekend, okay.
But if you want to find out what the Spurs guys say about the game this weekend,
what they think about the game, is it?
Spoiler alert, not obviously they're gonna think Spurs win, but this is the clip.
Morning, I've just reached NSRCC Kranji. About to get my golf game on with some friends. Of course, we're here for the prediction for the United Spurs game. Interesting one because the friends I mentioned, a couple of them are Spurs fans. One of them, not sure if he watches. But yeah, let's see what we get in terms of predictions for the match this weekend. Okay, let's go.
Spurs versus Man U, it will be high scoring game. Both teams are not playing too well, not defending too well. But I would say they will score a lot of goals. Prediction, Spurs 3, Man U 2. Son to score 2, Solanke to score 1. For Man U, Konacho 1, Rashford 1.
I think we're going to do well at Old Trafford, 2-0. I mean, despite we not kicking off, well, the chances have been there. We've been playing very well. Looking at Man U, their performances have not been fantastic also. Solanke to score a brace. I'll be disappointed if we don't go away with 3 points.
Man U and Spurs game, actually I am quite out of touch of soccer. But from what I understand is that recently both teams are playing not so good. So I'm predicting the score is like maybe 3-2. 3 to Spurs and 2 to Man U. I think Man U has actually dropped a lot of standards, so this is my prediction.
See, no surprise.
Yeah, you're
Spurs
right.
fans calling it all a big win for them, and I don't know, man. Oh, okay. What do you think about the United Spurs game this weekend?
I don't know. The heart and the mind, right?
Yeah.
It's always the sensible thought versus what you want. Spurs have been decent.
Yeah.
Spurs have been decent. They're playing decent football. They haven't really got the results they want, I guess. And they've kind of struggled in the defense department. We are not really punishing our opponents. We've struggled with hitting the target with conviction. The good thing is, I think that we're creating chances. Okay.
Yes.
It's always good to create chances. I mean, Man City create so many chances. They score maybe, 20% or 30% of the chances that they create.
Yeah.
But that's how also they can score 5, 6, 7 goals in a game because they really create, they put their pressure on and they create a lot of chances. I think this could be the turning point for either team. United obviously have lost.
So early in the season.
Yeah, it is. It's a turning point because this is now the next run after international break for them to kind of gain momentum until
run of
Christmas,
games,
right? Yeah, it's the run of games to create momentum until Christmas, and I think the games are going to come in heavy because this week
Europa League.
This week they're playing Europa, so they'll be traveling, they'll come back and tired legs, which is why we're playing Sunday night as well. So again, the heart wants United to win.
But I'm gonna put you on the spot. What will be your score?
I say it's going to be 2-1 United.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, purely because I think we've got. I mean, for myself, I think it's going to be 1-0 United.
Clean sheet. Wow. Against
Clean
Spurs.
sheet. I have actually faith in this defense, barring the Liverpool game, of course. But generally, this defense looks a bit more settled. And then. But I don't see us scoring a lot against Spurs. It's still after a decent side. They've got good defense actually, although they are still quite leaky.
Yeah.
The game will kind of be.
Son hasn't really come in this season, huh? Don't know what his role is anyway. We were just discussing it last week as well.
Brandon Johnson though is looking.
Oh yeah, he looks good.
Really a high volume of creation and I don't know. He's just trying a lot of things. I feel like in a positive way. He looks like every time he gets the ball, something's gonna happen. That's Brendan Johnson. So yeah, 1-0 United.
So you predict 1-0. Okay.
1-0 United.
So
actually, we forgot to talk about the predictions.
exactly, that's what I want to talk about. If we're going to do predictions,
let's study that before we go to the City game, which will be our next prediction.
So let me just do a recap from last week because you were here last week.
How do you?
I made the boys do a little bit of a prediction. So, Leicester versus Everton.
Okay.
So Kwok and Tess both predicted. Kwok predicted 3-2, exactly the same result that Everton had gotten for 2 weeks running, right?
Okay.
And Tess predicted 2-0 Leicester City win. Okay. Obviously, both of them were wrong. Everton got their first point. That was a 1-1 draw.
Yeah.
So both of them were out, or wrong rather.
Okay.
Okay, Crystal Palace and United. The boys both predicted a 1-1 draw.
Accurate. I mean, draw.
It's a draw, but still goalless. So again, not 100% accurate. And then for the City Arsenal game, we only chose 3 games to predict. Like we didn't want to predict every single one.
Sure.
The City versus Arsenal game, Kwok said 2-0 to City, and Tess said 1-1. Yeah, again draw, but still not accurate. So the boys didn't get it right. We're going to try and get it right this time.
Sure.
So let's do predictions for us. First game, you want to choose 3 games that we predict? And then,
sure. We can go with the United. I mean, we just talked about United Spurs game.
Okay, United Spurs.
So you've got 2-1 United.
Yeah, United at home, right?
United home.
Okay, so I've got 2-1. And then you've got
1-0 United.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. The next one would be let's pick a third game lah, because I actually put 2 here.
Oh, the other one? Oh, Newcastle, right?
Newcastle City.
Oh, okay. So it's always going to be City then.
Let's pick one for fun lah. Okay lah. Let's go with
Wait, do we want to do Newcastle City first?
We can.
Okay.
We can.
All right. Why don't you go first?
Newcastle look good.
Really?
But until last week, I saw the performance. I was like, wow, a little bit shaky. As I say that, City are just too good lah. So to me, I think Newcastle will get a goal.
Really? Okay.
It's gonna be 2-1 City.
Okay.
Yeah, 2-1
I'm gonna say 2-0 City win.
2-0 City win.
Yeah, I think they'll still keep a clean sheet, but because they've lost their engine in the middle, they might struggle to be a bit more creative, I think. Is De Bruyne even back? Or is he playing?
He's playing.
Okay, so I don't know. I just feel that without Rodri, they might lose a little bit of fluidity in their transition from attack to defense. And we've seen how that affects confidence level of players in teams.
Here's one I can throw in for the... Let's not go with the big teams. Let's go with something interesting.
Right.
Brentford, West Ham. Brentford.
Why do you feel that's going to be interesting?
Oh man, Brentford. I mean, West Ham just came off a 3-0 beating. I mean, they're supposedly actually quite a decent team lah. But
I would have gone maybe with the Chelsea, Brighton. Chelsea, Brighton, because Brighton
we
also
pick all the big teams lah.
Brighton unbeaten. Chelsea getting
Brighton unbeaten, man?
Yeah.
Wow.
Brighton's unbeaten.
Okay.
Interestingly enough,
a lot of the players are
Nottingham Forest is also unbeaten.
No way. Okay. Let me confirm that.
Is it
Brighton unbeaten? Yes. That is right.
Yeah. Yeah. So Brighton's unbeaten, and
Chelsea have actually lost one.
Yes, exactly. So because they lost against City on opening day.
Oh yeah, okay lah.
Yeah, so that's expected lah.
Yeah.
But even then, City. What? Chelsea is just coming into a run of form.
Yeah.
And they're going against a side that's unbeaten, and Brighton's also in a good run of form. That's going to be a tough one to predict. And then the other one I would go is
Shall we predict that game? Chelsea Brighton?
Yeah, sure. If you
Actually, they got a lot of players. Chelsea has a lot of Brighton players.
The other one I would say would be Everton Crystal Palace because Everton at home
we
just
beat
got
Everton last week, right?
Yes, they just got their first draw.
Let's mix it up with a Chelsea one lah.
Okay, let's go Chelsea then.
Chelsea Brighton. Chelsea at home. I think Chelsea is gonna take it 3-0.
3-0. Wow.
That's how good I think they are now.
That's huge, man.
Yeah, I think that's how good they are.
I say it'll be 3-2. Tough fight.
Tough fight, huh?
Yeah.
Brighton
but Chelsea still wins lah.
the shine from last 2 seasons is not really there. I feel still there. Still. Don't get me wrong. There's still quite a organized team. Very exciting to watch. You know, Mitoma, all that. Very exciting.
Yeah.
LC looks damn good, lah.
Okay.
Wow.
So just to recap, yeah, for the United Spurs, I've got 2-1 United winning. You've got 1-0 United winning.
Yeah.
Newcastle versus City, I've got City winning 2-0. You've got City winning 2-1.
Yeah.
Chelsea and Brighton, we've both got Chelsea winning. I say 3-2, you say 3-0.
Okay.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
And that's it for predictions this week.
That's
we
right.
look forward to recapping that with you guys next week. What's the next segment?
Oh, we have the topic. Let me just we always cover a random topic. This week's topic being football boots.
Oh, I thought Adidas.
I know some of you guys play socially or even 11-side on the weekends, whatever. I mean, we still do. Football boots on artificial grass, the number one surface now we all play on. I think the question here or the discussion here is actually, how do you choose your boots? What kind of boots do you actually wear? Or what would make sense on artificial grass? I've seen many kinds of players who go with like this kind of stuff, like your rubber nubs, and then the ones you get on like Western or anywhere lah, just like your what they call FG lah. What do you think about like boots on artificial? And by the way, this is not an Adidas segment.
The interesting
would love to you to guys sponsor the show. Thank you.
Interestingly enough, when we just pivoted or changed over to
who the man is not.
No, it's fine. When we just pivot to turf, and most of the games that we play on, whether 5-7 aside or 11 aside, all on turf. Wei Xiang and I recently joined a team, and the team that we play for is all on natural grass, as in like.
It is. I mean, how many natural grass?
So we play at places like Dempsey. We play at places like cricket. Is it cricket club? Singapore Cricket Club, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
We play cricket club, we play Dempsey, and we play at Punggol CC, right? I feel so heart pain when I use my AG boots because that's all I have now.
Oh.
I feel so heart pain when I use my AG boots on these surfaces. Then it's so weird because now after the game I look underneath and all these crustaceans of all these like mud things are still there. Then I gotta go and like whack it out and clean off my boots. And I'm like, I haven't done this in years, man. Yeah.
I remember those times, especially when it's raining. Wow.
Yeah. But I feel that the AG studs that I have, they don't pale in comparison to the FG studs in terms of the traction because I feel that, and I'm a fast player, so I do a lot of stops and starts and sprints and that kind of stuff. Maybe it's the ground, I don't know. Maybe just Singapore quality of fields are just not fantastic like your EPLs and where it makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
But I feel that the AG, because there's still some depth of studs there, it's not as bad. I mean, it's not terrible to use it on natural grass.
Yeah. So, I mean, for the guys watching, AG, is it exactly this?
It's an in-between. I forgot to bring my...
came
back late from work. Sorry, I was supposed to bring my boots, but I just came straight from work.
If you don't know, it's a little bit more circular, shorter, and then some of them are rubberized at the tip lah, so they kind of help with.
And some of them have like a little bridge in between. In between the studs. Yeah. For a little bit more traction.
The common like rule of thumb, there's no rule. It just says that like, if you play FG on artificial, it digs into the ground more, and i.e. you will get tendency to get sprains or knee injuries.
Yeah.
And also obviously from a wallet perspective, by right FG studs, if you break them on AG, there's no warranty lah.
Yeah. It's just because the AG quality of some of these pitches that we have are just not fantastic, right? So there's supposed to be like a layer of padding below, and then after you put the AG on top of it. But a lot of these places, they don't have that padding below. Yeah. So after years of use or abuse, you really feel like you're on ice skates.
Oh yes. Yeah. I think the other thing that was like why I brought the other pair here is also because actually both are my pair lah. But I experimented with like turf, but because thinking that like it'll be much more comfortable, like flatter, like running shoes. But I've also heard people, and I also do think, I don't know if I know I've seen you wear shoes like this also.
I have both.
Do you feel that it's like slippery or like like not enough grip kind of feeling when you play in them? You were fast in any shoe lah, to be honest. I put in slippers so you run very fast. But.
Right. So I think if the surface is slick, so for AG surface, like we play at Dempsey, right?
Yeah.
So we play at Dempsey on nights that, like just after it rains or whatever, and the grass is, or rather the AG is a little bit slippery. I feel that it can be
Right.
tractionless.
It is scary lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that obviously causes, I mean, not causes, but there's a high risk of injury lah for sure. Because we play without thinking too much about
Yeah.
like what would happen. Then we just chong into the ball and then you slip, and you know our knees are not solid and they start to wobble, and we're all getting older anyway. So
Yeah.
injuries are definitely a bit more common.
Yeah, for me, I although I have this, for comfort, I still go to my FGs.
Yeah.
I know it's not a great idea, but okay, the other thing that maybe it's nerding out or geeking out a bit here, but the choice of the starts also for me matters, because you know, like Vapors, they're all like, wow, one straight blade like that.
Yeah.
Those are like a bad idea on artificial, but for like this pair here, which are called the Predators, right? They're a bit more stable lah. It's like a lot more like circular, generally circular or broader bases. To me, I feel okay, can use on AG. That's why I stuck to them, because I feel like you just get more grip lah. You move around. Yeah.
I've never held these.
These ones, I feel like every time I want to turn, I think like I'm like some uncle trying to turn faster to grab the grass or something. I don't know lah. It just doesn't feel
Anyway, the people who use this are mostly uncles anyway lah. I mean, I'm not saying you're an uncle. What I'm saying is the people that we see even on the 11-a-side Sunday pitches. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and also I think I can use it for foot golf lah.
Foot
Annual
golf.
foot golf trip.
Yeah.
In January. But yeah, that's where I'm at. The other thing that annoys me about football or availability of AG football boots, which is supposed to be good for Singapore. Number one, there's so many artificial pitches, right?
Yeah.
And there is a demand, or at least a lot of people playing on them.
Yeah.
One of our biggest, this is not to hate on them at all, but like Western, right? We love shopping there. I mean, we bought boots there. We've had some sort of memory shop, buying some football stuff.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
They don't bring AG stuff all the time.
Yeah.
And these are the guys we count on. Again, not hating on them, but the other part is, okay, my point is actually not about them, but more like the availability of AG boots in Singapore.
Yeah.
Quickly to buy online or what, then you cannot try size or that. So,
is the Tokyo football guy any good? I haven't bought anything from him yet though.
I mean, he has stuff. I think I bought a pair some time ago, but he has AG stuff.
Oh yeah,
He has AG stuff. It's just that, like, from a retail perspective, well, you don't really have that much of this lah. Right? Not like the UK. I mean, you're in the UK, right? For a while last time.
Yeah.
Then you go to like.
Of course, I mean, you can get any studs that you want, but again, they don't have a lot of turf surfaces. That's the interesting thing. So they have a lot of space, right? The country has so much space that you can definitely play outside, and you just go to any grass pitch. And because football is like the national sport, there are many football pitches anywhere you can go and find the rec centers and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty fun to play, man.
So actually, I forgot. I'm not sure what you think your opinion would be, like FG, AG, or on in Singapore artificial grasses.
I think definitely AG.
AG, huh?
Yeah.
Why? Because like
I just think that the quality of the AG is not, as in not the boots, but the pitch that we play on is not great. I personally, as a person who plays a bit faster, I don't like the longer studs, especially like the Mercurials and the Vaporflies.
Yeah.
The studs are too long for the FGs.
Yeah.
That it just makes it a little bit more slippery. Like, I feel personally.
And dangerous?
Yeah, definitely. That's where injuries come in.
Yeah.
So I have 4 pairs currently. 2 were given by you.
Yes.
And 2 are my own.
Yeah.
So I've got the Mizuno Turf.
Yeah.
And then I've got the Nike Mercurial Vapor Turf, which you gave me. And then I've got the Mizuno Alpha Fly.
Oh, okay. What's that?
No, not Alpha Fly, Alpha Beta or something. I don't know what the...
Oh, okay. Beta.
Morelia Alpha or something like that. And then I've got the Mercurial AG, which is what you gave me as well. Yeah, those are the 4 that I rotate between my games. So I use the 2 AGs to play my games lah. My 11-a-side games, even on the real grass.
Actually, for me also AG lah. It's just that whether they are available, that is why I just go with what's closest or well, FG lah for me today lah, right? But obviously AG is the better choice.
Speaking of injuries, actually, and I don't know if you were going to pivot to this or I don't know if we forgot to bring it up. Also, Rodri's injury. So if you have him in your FPL, right?
Yeah.
So Rodri obviously got injured, and they just released the news today that he's out for almost the rest of the season. Yeah, long injury, and so before we started the podcast, we were just talking about who his replacement was going to be at City. You know, it's going to be a toss-up between Gundogan, I don't know, or what's the other guy's name? Kovacic, right?
Kovacic, yeah.
Yeah. So
John Stones might play also. He could play centre mid under Pep. That's what he does.
Yeah. So if you have him in your FPL, it's time to get him out of there, or rotate your players depending if you have enough money or whatever.
But what do you guys think about like boots on artificial grass in Singapore? What do you guys use? Or maybe tell us if there's great places to buy boots. I don't know. But what do you guys think? Just let us know in the comments.
We want to hear from you guys.
Yeah, we definitely want to hear. Or actually, also we want to hear about like what topics you guys might want us to kind of bring up. We try our best to see if there are things that will be chat worthy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But let us know. Happy to kind of explore that. But yeah, I think that's really all the time we have.
Yeah.
Again, I think for like our dearly, I won't say dearly departed. Troy, our dear friends, Jeremy, wishing you well. He's just got a knee surgery yesterday.
Yes.
Then we hope to get Tess and some of the crew back.
Jerome as well. Yeah.
And Jerome.
And then also some of the people behind the camera as well.
Yeah.
At some point,
you guys. But that's the show this week. That's all the time we have. Thank you so much. Keep following us. We'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya.
See you guys.